So in the most recent update of Logic, there's a mastering feature on the master output. So if you go to stereo output, you're going to see this mastering button. So if you click on this button, it will master your song for you. It will give you suggestions and apply an EQ and some limiting to make it mastered, right? But I don't think it's very good. This is why I think you should use a human mastering engineer over this, like me. And this is why. So if I take, for example, Cruel Summer by Taylor Swift, which is mixed by Serban Genner, I hope I say his name properly, who's one of the world's leading mixing engineers, so one of the best of the best. And the song's also mastered by one of the best mastering engineers in the world too. So if I take this song, for example, so it's undeniably a great mix and a great master, probably one of the leading sounds you could get, and people are probably trying to imitate how good these mixes and masters sound, right? So I take this and load it into the software, it's going to actually say, here's some EQ changes you could do, and here's some limiting changes you could do, which is kind of crazy to me because you think, well, this is the top person, surely there's nothing to do, right? And when I'm listening to the song, there's nothing I would add to it. I think this is a perfect song, put it out, right? So what's even crazier than this is if I put this processing on it, export the song, re-import it, and then do it again, the mastering software is telling me more things to do, more EQ changes and more limiting changes. So I thought, well, that's kind of crazy. Surely, like, why is it doing it twice? So let's export that again with that processing on, import it again, and do the same thing. So if I now do the same thing again, it's still going. It's still telling me changes. So I'm doing this over and over again. I've got to version 4 or 5, and it's still processing it. It's still going over and over again. Whereas if you're using a real mastering engineer will be able to tell you how much your song needs before it sounds complete and finished. But not only that, they're going to stop when it's done. They're going to master it and go, here's some processing, put it on, and it's finished. So it makes me question, why doesn't this software understand when a record's finished? And 2, why does it not even understand when it's finished the record? So if it's applying it and it's processed it, it doesn't even know that if I re-put it in again, it's just going to keep EQing it over and over again, and it doesn't seem like it's ever going to end. So this is a reason why I think this software doesn't work well. It doesn't know when a record's finished. It doesn't know what processing it really needs to sound good. When I've listened back to this like 4 times through, it sounds awful. Like the record is now much worse than it is. But with a real human mastering engineer, they'll be able to tell you when the record is finished. Some tracks I've worked on, I've applied just basic limiting, compression. Some have applied more processing EQ, more color processing to it. But it varies so much per record, and every record has its unique sound, that I don't think you can just trust a bot to go, here you go, do what you want with it. And if you are doing that, then you obviously don't really know what the record needs, which is fine, but you should leave it up to someone that actually does know what it needs and when it's finished. Some records I've had from people who said, hey, do you think, this could do with mastering? I've actually said, no, I don't. I think it sounds great. It's finished, it's mixed, it's mastered. It doesn't need anything else. And if the record doesn't need anything else, I'm not going to take someone's money and try and master it. I'm just going to say, yeah, it's great. Put it out. Because that's, at the end of the day, that's my personal opinion. That's my professional opinion of what a song needs.